What are the worst one-word texts you can receive from your wife? I want to say
one word.
One-word text you can receive from your wife. Yep, period is hot.
Yep.
K, just a K.
K is worse, I think.
You think K is worse than yep?
Yeah.
K period?
They're either one. I don't think there's a difference between K. No one does it. I've never seen a K period. Have you ever seen a K period?
If you get a K period, you're in trouble. Dad club, dad club. We've been singing so many songs recently. Man.
Yeah? What other songs have you been
Just
singing?
like scooping up the field mice and bopping them on the head. It's been a real, that's been hitting.
I don't know if I know that tune.
Lil Bunny Foo-Foo? You don't know about Lil Bunny Foo-Foo?
Oh, yeah. I know Little Bunny Foo-Foo. Maybe I just don't know the lyrics like that, you know? Maybe I'm a
Scooping
casual.
up the field mice, bopping them on the head.
I'm a casual. I'm a casual for Little Bunny Foo-Foo. I'm not, yeah.
Okay.
Lou's about to start going to music class, so maybe I'll be like, picking my game back up a little bit.
Music class, yeah, I don't really think that at 1 they're like coming home being like, Dad, hit me with wheels on the bus, big dog. Welcome to Dad Club.
Welcome.
I'm Jay.
Welcome. I'm Greg.
This is a weekly meeting that we hold to talk about being a dad and vent and breathe and brag and figure out how to do this thing called being a dad. If you are a dad, you are already in the club. Let's start with the question of the week, as we do every week. This week's question comes from my friend Christian, who texted me thoughts on this as a girl dad. I don't know if you saw this. There was a dad who brought his daughters into a public bathroom, brought them into the women's room, an empty women's room, and then another dad called the police on them. It evolved into quite a snafu. I'm not going to talk too much about the news story, but the question remained, as a parent, as a father of daughters, what do you do when you're in a public situation and the girls need to go to the bathroom? Do you bring them into the men's room or do you bring them into the women's room? So that's the question of the week. You don't have a daughter. I do. So I
don't have a daughter, but I have thoughts.
Yeah, me too. So let's attempt to answer this existential question, courtesy of my buddy Christian. Hey, Christian. Okay. Caveats. First of all, obviously, if there's a family restroom, that's the ideal situation, right? Then you don't have to deal with any of this. Dad can go in with daughter or daughters to family restroom. Correct. Single place, no problem, no harm, no foul. Okay. In the situation that is not a possibility, we're answering the question now. Do you bring your daughter into the men's room or the women's room? Logistically speaking, women's room, everything is enclosed.
Mm-hmm. Right.
In the men's room, everything is not enclosed. And often in men's rooms and public spaces, they are like vehemently not enclosed. It's like
a trough, like a trough.
A trough, or they could have put up little dividers, but they just chose not to.
Yeah.
There's
the
room
men's room
for
is
dividers.
The men's room is is not a nice place. It's objectively horrible. in most instances, the men's room is not nice, right?
I'm picturing like any sort of public sports arena. Like you're trying to get out of there alive. You're trying not to get pissed on. You're trying to like get to the sink to wash your hands and like pray that they have paper towels instead of like one of those crappy hand dryers. And when I think about, obviously Sadie isn't potty trained yet, but it's coming. It's coming soon. And so as soon as she starts to potty train, this is going to be my life. And when Christian texted me this, I hadn't seen the news article yet. And my knee-jerk reaction, I will just say, is I'll bring her to the men's room with me. Like, I'm not about to walk into a public women's bathroom. How am I going to do that? But upon reflection, I feel like the only answer is you have to go into the women's restroom with your daughter. You do not want to expose your daughter to this hellhole.
I think that's the only answer too. It really, it has to be the only answer. If it's truly a public restroom, right? Like, and yeah, I mean, men are, non-dads can be, not great people to have your little daughter around, right? Like, it just men can be weird, right? And kinda
Oh,
nasty sometimes, right?
yeah,
Like,
I
I
don't
just
want
don't wanna
any of
even
that.
think about that. Um, and, yeah, I mean, I think you have to do the women's. You have to announce yourself,
You have
right?
to announce yourself.
"Hey, I'm a dad.
Obviously.
I'm a dad coming in with my daughter. Just heads up, coming in," right? Give the heads up. Don't make it weird, right? But you have to give the heads up. And then when you're in there, like, go straight to a stall,
Go
right?
straight
Go
to a
straight
stall.
to a stall. Don't, like,
Do not
look at
pass go. Do
do
not
not
collect
pass go. Don't be
$200.
looking around, like, making a whole thing. Just go straight to the stall. You're there to go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom, right? And I think that is more than fine. I don't know this I don't know this news story either, right? But who knows, like, what may have prompted the cops being called, right? Like, maybe this dad wasn't just going straight to a stall, right? Like,
I think
and
he
then
was. I think this
oh,
was
was
like
he? Oh, okay.
some angry guy who saw it happen and got all up in arms. I think this dad apparently was like super dad and like handled it well. The daughters were crying. It was a real mess. Um,
God. Imagine,
I
like imagine having to go through that. Ugh.
Yeah, I think it is traumatizing though, and I was looking up some stuff about this when I knew that this was going to be the question of the week, and I was on Reddit. There was like a whole thread of this in an AMA, and there were women and men responding, and one of the women said, "Speaking as a woman, I still remember being taken into the men's room when I was like 5 years old. I'm still thinking about it 40 years later.
Oh my
Like
god.
that's the kind of scars that you could potentially
Yeah, you do
create."
not want that. You don't want that.
And and so the only answer is bring your daughter into the women's room. You have to announce yourself. I agree. I was thinking about what's the best thing to say when you're walking into the women's room. As a dad, what's the best thing to say when you're walking into the women's room with your daughter? Is it coming in with my daughter? That's straightforward. Dad here. Just hit that. Dad with
I
daughter in 3, 2, 1. Just hit him with a countdown.
I think you have to say you have to say who you are. I'm a dad. I'm coming in with my daughter, right? Like, start
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
Maybe you, like, give them I like the countdown's kinda nice, like, give a
Countdown's
bit more of,
nice.
like, a warning so it's not like, you can't just, like, say that as you're barging in, you know, and it's
Sure.
like, "Okay, well, you announcing yourself did nothing for us because you
Right.
announce, I think, to, like, let anyone in who are in there who's, like, not decent or something, like, be able to prepare for it, like,
Right.
knock, 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 dad coming in, you
Knock,
know.
knock, knock.
No,
Who's
no, like,
there?
I'm not a actual knock, right?
Yeah. I'm assuming it's like, I assume it's the open door situation. You know, like the public restrooms where
Oh, like,
there's
it's
no
just
closed
one of
door.
those okay,
It's
yeah,
like you
yeah.
just choose your own, you choose left or right, and left is women's and right is men's.
Okay.
You just say, Dad here, 3, 2, 1, hit him with the 3, 2, 1. I think that's my move.
Yeah.
And then
3,
you
2,
go
1.
in
Just make sure
straight to
you,
the
like,
stall.
add
You
some
got to wash the
Mississippis in there.
hands.
A
Add some
add some
Mississippis.
Mississippis
3
in there.
Mississippi. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't just go
Blue
3,
40.
2, 1, I'm in, you know?
Blue 34. Uh, okay. That was the question of the week. Let's
That's a
get
good
into it.
question. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Christian.
Yeah. Shout out to Christian. Christian girl dad. Also
Christian
a
girl
girl
dad.
dad. He's got his daughter is 7 months now. Mazel tov, Christian. Okay. Dad stuff. Here's my first dad thing this week. We are officially cupless. We ran out of toddler sippy cups
Oh god.
because I don't know if this happens to Lou. My daughter just chucks things out of the stroller, but she does it in a
Mm,
super stealthy way where
mm.
like she will have a pair of shoes on or be holding a toy or a stuffed animal. We have gone through, I want to say 4 versions of her stuffed animal, Mr. Bear. I think we had 4 of them at one point because
Does
we
she
needed
know
backups.
does she
No,
know
she
that
doesn't
there's
know
been
which
4?
Mr. Bear is
Okay.
Mr. Bear. They're all Mr. Bear. It's all the same bear. But she has lost 3 of 4 of the Mr. Bears. Sippy cups, I want to say we had like 6. Like, and these are like the toddler cups. They're like 8 or 9 ounces. plastic straws, a couple parts. We went from like 6 to 3. Plus, there's like a Camelback thing that she has. Then we lost the straw for the Camelback.
Wait,
And
there's
then all of a
toddler
sudden,
Camelbacks?
oh yeah, it's like a little canteen. It's like a
Oh,
tiny
okay.
Yeti.
Oh, it's not like
no,
the
not a
Camelbacks
backpack. That would be hilarious.
That's what I was picturing.
Yeah. Sadie's got to get her miles in the morning.
Yeah.
And so literally yesterday morning, we were like, okay, this is our last cup. And then at the end of the day, we're like, where's the cup? And we could not find it anywhere.
Oh,
so we had no cups at all this morning. What we did was Robin has this like iced coffee to go cup that we use for iced coffee, but it's got like a metal straw. And we're like, well, this is Sadie's cup for today. So I was like trying to serve her water out of this thing. She was very confused. She didn't really like it. Amazon's coming today with some new cups, but
what kind of sippy cups do you guys go with?
We have the Infantino sippy cups. I like them. They're strong. They work. Sadie likes them.
It sounds like a sippy cup that you would only put like Pellegrino in or something.
It sounds like the FIFA guy, Infantino. But yes.
Have you given Sadie sparkling water?
Yeah, she likes sparkling water. She calls it. Yeah, we're like, do you want some spicy water? And she does like it. Anyway, we're out of cups.
Lou has been loving water. He once he figured out how to use a straw, he's been craving water, right?
Yeah.
And it's awesome watching him like chug water out of a straw is still so satisfying for some reason.
It's so funny.
But I've given him like a little sparkling liquid death a couple times, and like he makes the funniest face as if he really doesn't like it. But then as soon as he swallows it, he's like he wants more, So it's such a funny thing.
That's how sparkling water gets you. Sparkling water, it's like it doesn't actually quench your thirst. It just like feels good for a second, and then you want some more of it. I drink probably 100 sparkling waters a day.
So Liquid Death makes the sparkling water in a 12-ounce can. It used to just be the tall boys, but now we do the 12-ounce can. And I got a fresh 12-pack of those from Amazon delivered on Friday. And then my friends got like engaged and we did like a big surprise for them on Saturday.
Congrats,
and we ended
guys.
we ended up being out pretty late that night. We had, Emily's mom was in town who watched Lou and everything. And I must have had 10 of the 12-ounce sparkling liquid deaths. I would just drink them in one sip essentially, and on Sunday. And it's like I kept drinking them and kept being thirsty, which I think that probably would have been the case with any water. But yeah, Lou like will have a sip of the sparkling water, look like he hates it, and then instantly want more again. It's pretty hilarious.
Well, the good news about sparkling water is you don't need a cup for it, so that's good. You can just serve it straight out of the can.
That's true. Lou's been, his sippy cup of choice has been the Bears. It kind of looks like a honey jar, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, we had one of those for a little while.
Yeah, they're like these
cute.
clear bear, like plastic bear.
At first, when we got one of those, I was like, did you just take a honey thing and put water in it? And Robin's like, no, this is a cup, you idiot.
Yeah, I feel like you could have done something a little bit more original. Like that's what a honey jar is, was like it's a bear like this.
It's a bear.
And it's kind of messed up, right? Because babies can't have honey. And so now you're showing them this bottle that they are going to crave and reach for. Like maybe they'll see the honey bear in the pantry and like want to reach for that too.
Wow. I hadn't even considered the whole honey not appropriate for a sub 1-year-old of it all.
What's the cutoff for honey?
I think 1. I think it's 1.
Is it?
Don't listen to me, guys. I have no idea. What is that? How old
if that's
do
true,
kids need to be to eat honey? Google says 12 months, 1 year. Haha, I was right, guys.
Wow, that's huge news.
Get Lou some honey immediately.
I love honey.
Or don't.
Lou,
not financial advice.
Financial advice.
Do your thing.
Honey is expensive these days. But yeah, no. Lou turns 1 on Friday, so maybe we'll celebrate with a little bit of honey.
Definitely got to go cake.
Yeah, we'll go cake too. I'm But maybe, honey could be a topping or something. No, you
That
don't put honey
was
on.
based on a cursory Google that I did while doing a podcast. So maybe do slightly more research.
I'll do a little more
But
research. I'll do
but
some
I
more.
think honey is okay for 12 months old. So it's Lou's birthday on Friday, and you're gonna do cake.
Yeah. Well, we actually, because we're on the West Coast and my whole family's on the East Coast, we did a West Coast birthday on Friday last week.
Nice.
For his West Coast family, right? My mother-in-law was in town. We went over to my wife's aunt and uncle's house, and we had this like big Lou birthday party. It was fun.
So fun.
But yeah, we made a funfetti cupcake for him, and he just like
nice.
fully demolished the thing.
Yeah, that's my
Like
dude.
went to town on this cupcake. Like you would have no idea this was his first cupcake. You know what I mean? It looked like he'd been there before.
It's not my first cupcake, guys.
No, it did not seem like it was his first cupcake. And honestly, he was really excited when we were all singing happy birthday to him. Like at first he was like, what's going on? But then he realized that we were all looking at him and we were clapping, and he started clapping and smiling. It was very cool.
Love it.
So yeah,
and he gets another birthday party this week.
Yeah, exactly. So he's got some practice.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've started to get some presents from different family members, and the two presents that we got most recently were both like these little push cart things. So like he's at the spot now where he is. He's not walking yet, but he's standing up on things. And family got us this toddler wagon thing. It's from a brand called Kid Pop, I think. But it's this like little wagon that he can push around with wheels on it. We stood him up to this thing, and he put his hands on the handlebars, and it was like he just started sprinting.
Yeah, he just knew.
Like there was one speed, and it was like full speed.
Is that the first time he's like gone walking?
He's done it on some other he's done it on friends things before, and there's been other not other stuff that he's done it with that like aren't really meant for it like this. Like as soon as he got on one that was really meant for him to do it. Yeah. He just was cruising. And we got another one that's similar to that. That was it's like the little trike thing. You know those like plastic, like the classic old. We had them growing up. It's called like Little Trike or something, or Little Tike.
Little Tikes, sure.
Little Tikes. Little Tikes, yeah.
Little tricycle, of course.
Yeah, it's like a Little Tikes little tricycle.
Yeah.
So I was putting that together on Saturday morning, and I got a dad. I'm on the dad injured list now.
Oh shit! Put him on the IR.
Yeah, because if you ever put together a Little Tikes thing, have you put together a Little Tikes thing?
Possibly, or something nearby it.
So the way that it works, like it's these metal rods that have these like permanent caps that you put on them that are like fastener caps, right? And so I put on one of those fastener caps too soon in the process, and so I couldn't get the handlebars on. And then I spent it, what should have taken me like 10 minutes to put this entire thing together, I ended up spending like 45 minutes just trying to remove this what should be a permanent like cap off of the metal rod. And then I was using the hammer to get it off, and I like was yanking on it, and that part of the hammer that you used to take the nails out ended up hitting me in the inside of my forearm, and like,
oh no,
breaking the skin and bruising me because it hit it so hard. And the thing was kind of rusty and stuff. Like, I hope I don't get, some.
The good thing is you just got a Tdap.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So hopefully I don't get some like.
I think tetanus is off the table because you Tdapped it up.
Yeah. So there's another reason to get the Tdap. I didn't realize this was the purpose, but it is a good one.
That's actually why they have you do it. It's not the kid. Yeah. It's just that they know you're going to injure yourself with the shitty
It's
old
hammer.
You're
when you're building stuff like dads do, and you get attacked by a rusty hammer. That's what the Tdap's for.
That makes sense.
But I persevered. I got that stupid cap off, and I got it back on again with the handlebars, and of course Lou likes the other one better anyway. So that
the amount of things that I have built without really consulting the instructions, and then I found out 4 steps into it that I permanently did something that you needed to do the reverse way, And now you have to disassemble this entire thing, but you can't because these things are stuck. I did it. We put up a pool fence at the house we rented in July, and it took me an extra hour and a half to redo the door for the fence because I had to backtrack. And it was like,
backtracking is the worst. That moment when it hits you that you've gone too far.
But let me tell you something. I'm not going to look at these instructions any more than I already am. Like, there's no updating the fact that, like, hey, Dad, like, if you just read the instructions from start to finish before you started doing this, maybe you'd know what to do. I'm not going to do that, A. And B, I will say, in the YouTube era, in the TikTok era, in the Claude and OpenAI, ChatGPT, Gemini era, the fact that instructions for building things are on shitty pieces of paper with no labeling and like arrows that point at something that like you have to be a genius to see, like, is ridiculous. It's so not okay with me.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of these things I find that their instructions are better than others, but like Little Tikes, bad.
They haven't probably updated those instructions in 40 years.
Yeah. But I have to say, Jay Wolf, you really should read the instructions.
You didn't?
No, I did, but then I kind of had a lapse. I like had a lapse, you know, and I messed up. But this is why I was like, this is why you read the instructions, because the last thing you want to do is make it that much harder for yourself. Like, it became like a real study of leverage and, you know, force that I had to use to get this thing off.
You took a high school
like it didn't.
class.
Little Tikes is not supposed to be that complicated, but I made it that complicated because I like got ahead of myself in the instructions, right? So read the instructions, do it right the first time, even if it takes like 5 seconds longer than it would have taken.
Not gonna be able to do it.
Anyway,
I just don't want to. I'm gonna read the instructions in a cursory way and understand the vibe of what you're going for here. But like, if you're like, hey, this needs to be the side that has 2 dots on the end and 1 dot on the left instead of 1 dot on the left and 2 dots on the right, and I'm like, they're actually both that way. You just go like this. It's okay. Well, I'm sorry you got injured.
When it's okay.
When
the devil's in the details, Jay.
When are you coming back from injury? What's the?
I think I'm already back now.
Okay.
Yeah,
no pitching. Obviously, you're not gonna come in for on the mound.
No, it's the left forearm. So as a righty, it's not really preventing me from doing a whole lot. I've already been training. We're gonna play through it. You know, we had to take a day. I was day to day, and I'm back.
Okay. Good. Next dad thing I want to talk about. Did you see this Mary Beth Barone? There was like a viral clip, but she put out a new special called Galaxy Brain, and the clip that I'm referencing is about dishwasher dads. Did you see this?
Yeah, I watched this.
Okay. So Mary Beth basically says there's 2 types of white dads. Either they grow up to be a dad who cares about how you put things away in the dishwasher, or they cheat on their wives.
It's one or the other. It's one or the other.
It's a binary situation. And then in this clip that she did, she went on to define like how you could spot a dishwasher dad. And what she said was, if they collect things, if they build stuff with Legos, which like
she was talking about like
a future dad. So like, are you talking about like a 30-year-old dude building stuff with Legos? Because I feel like I've seen your stuff, Mary Beth, and like my guess is you're not really going to be interested in a dude who's like at home doing Legos before he meets you out for the date. But
this is actually a great press for Legos, right? This is a great. It really fits with their brand strategy. I bet you there's Lego brand marketers that are like losing their shit over this.
I can tell you that I love Legos in premise. I have not sat down to do Legos solo ever since I was, 12. But Sadie has like the baby Legos and she likes to play with them, and that's fun. Or I like to like crush a magnetile and build a couple of structures with magnetiles. That can be fun. For me, Mary Beth is not talking about dads playing with Legos. She's talking about how to spot a future dishwasher dad. And she said if they build stuff with Legos, meaning this is like a 30-something, presumably year-old man who is doing Legos by himself at his house. And again, I just want to go on record and state that I highly doubt that someone like Mary Beth Barone is interested in dating a guy who does solo Legos in his 30s.
Maybe this is what she's into. Who
Maybe
knows?
she's into Lego guys. I don't.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a whole new. Maybe that's a
Or
Gen Z
maybe
thing I
we're
don't even know about.
or maybe we're both like missing the point, and she's like, no, like she's trying to teach like teach younger girls to look out for the kids for the guys in their class that are building Legos as like,
When
oh,
they're
you
like
should
11,
yeah.
you're not looking for a spouse then. She went on to say that they do little things that they take good care of. So I think that was her point about the Legos, is probably like that they are people who care about things in their lives. They show an interest in making sure that like good upkeep, good hygiene of their stuff, you know? So
I
that
get
was her
it. It's
definition.
I get that. I get what they're saying. I I do think like adult Lego builders, like maybe they're not also, you know, keeping the
No
kitchen super
shame to
clean.
the adult Lego builders, by the way. Like, we don't hobby
We should run
shame
a
here.
study. We should run a study to see what is the correlation between adult Legos and the cleanliness of your kitchen. Like, would your kitchen get an A, a B?
That's
Like,
interesting.
you know, what would that look like? Maybe we should
Oh,
commission that.
okay. That's going to be an official Dad Club scientific study that we'll put out double blind, of course.
Yeah.
But while that's ongoing, I just want to say solo Legoing pre-children seems weird. However, building Legos with your children is sick. So maybe we should be doing more solo Legoing, to your point about this being a Lego commercial, even though we're not getting paid by Lego.
Yeah.
Probably don't build the Millennium Falcon or whatever. If you're like a dude in your 30s looking to score a wife, I would say that maybe stay away from that. Like, don't have like the entire X-Men universe built in your living room out of Legos. Maybe don't do that. This is not dating advice.
I think you just got to do what you love,
Just
right?
do what makes
And
you
hopefully,
happy. That's
and
true.
with
You're
this
right.
age of social media and Facebook groups for literally everything, like you will find your person.
I would bet you that Lego TikTok is like a real deep cut.
Yeah, for sure.
There's definitely a deep cut Lego TikTok.
There's
Should we
probably
get on
Lego
Lego
TikTok for there's like a Star Wars. I'm sure there's like multiple Star Wars Lego subsets of the internet. And there's probably multiple like X-Men. You know, like there's probably one for everyone.
Anyway, we're getting on a tangent because the question here is,
let's get back to the dishwasher.
Are you
dads.
a dishwasher dad? So first question, Greg Fass, are you a dishwasher dad?
Yeah, 100%.
So you're not going to cheat on Emily. So that's good news for Emily.
No, it's great news. Great news for her. Yeah, I'm like totally anal about how a dishwasher is loaded. There's not actually a lot of things that frustrate me more that I don't talk about openly as like a poorly loaded dishwasher that doesn't like efficiently use the space to the point where like every time I open it up, I'm rearranging like, and
so you would say that your wife doesn't have the same sort of care of the dishwasher as you?
I would say I definitely am more. I'm definitely more anal
slippery
about
slope.
it.
It's a slippery
I'm more
slope.
anal about it. Like what she's doing is probably fine generally for the most part.
Sure. But
But there will be times where I'm like, no. That's never gonna get clean like that, first of all. And two, like there's spaces for cups, you know, that
yeah. So it's top
yeah, big cups and small cups, right?
Oh yeah,
And
you're a cup orderer as well.
yeah, you can't put small cups in the big cup place. Otherwise, you won't be able to put the big cups anywhere else, right? So you put the, save the space for big cups go in the big cup spot, right? And
yeah, of course.
yeah, no, but not, as you can see, this is it goes down the line. Like there's truly a place built for everything in the kitchen to go into the dishwasher, and maybe it's because I have worked in restaurants and I've done dishwashing as like a job before.
Yeah, sure.
You just you're trying to be as efficient as possible. You want to wash as many things as you possibly can in one load, right? I don't want to just be like running that thing all day if it doesn't need to be.
I am also, I think, a dishwasher dad, probably not to the extent that you are, but I do. My biggest pet peeve is partially how the dishwasher is loaded, but it's also the drying of things that don't get loaded into the dishwasher. So sometimes in my house, I'm not going to name any names, but there's only 2 adults who live there. Some of the people who live there will put all of the stuff that they've hand washed out and just stack it without drying it. So it's all wet and in a stack. So like you'd have a sheet tray on the bottom and then you'd have a pot on top of that. And then you'd have some like cups in there or maybe a bowl or whatever. And when I see that, just want to tear my hair out from my head because it is so annoying to me that like we could have just dried this and put it away instead of
Yeah,
letting
I
it
am
sit
so
there in its condensation.
I'm so with you on that. Like, the drying rack is not additional storage, right? Like, a drying rack is meant for things to dry, and then when they're dry, you can put them away, right?
We don't even
And
have a drying rack. This is just like straight up on the countertop.
oh, yeah. I mean, that's crazy. You gotta
It's
have it.
not.
If you're gonna do that, you have to have a drying rack.
I don't know if we can keep this in the podcast and I can blow up this spot on Maine, but the point is like it's not that really gets to me. In general, I would say my dishwasher dad peeve is like stuff being put away to the extent where it's like, I would say I'm like 1,000% tidy and I don't know that I'm 1,000% clean. Like I'm pretty clean, but like I would rather like things be organized and put somewhere than like needing them to be like, oh, I need to Lysol that again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But putting stuff away, I can't cook anything if there's anything in the sink. I don't know if that rings true to you.
Yeah. No, it sounds like you and I would get along very well as roommates.
We could cohabitate.
Yeah.
That's what this is all about.
We could rent an Airbnb together, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's the
Uh,
goal.
yeah, I mean, look, I wasn't always this way. Like, I used to live in a house with 6 dudes, and, like, it's just you can't it's too much. It's too big of a mountain to climb when there's that many guys in one place, and it's just you can't be this way. But as soon as I was out and it was just Emily and I living it together, right?
You went from 6 dude house straight to living with Emily.
Yeah,
You did no solo time in between.
no solo time.
Oh wow.
Yeah, went straight from six bedroom, like, massive party house to me and Emily in a 700 square foot bungalow triplex
Dang.
in Venice. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. But it was great. I mean,
Wow.
it was great. And then COVID happened like a year and a half after that.
Got it.
Um, I mean,
Okay.
there's other things too, like, that I think could fall in this dishwasher dad thing. Because Emily and I have moved into this is our this is our third place together. And like
Yeah.
every time we move into a new place, I get like really obsessed with filling the space and like, you know, furnishing a house and like getting art on like each wall and like what chair we're gonna put here, like how are we gonna design the space, like and I really overwhelm Emily for how fast I want to move on all this stuff.
Oh
Like
my gosh.
I cannot let it like just sit there, you know, and like not get the most out of it. And obviously there's things that just will take longer to build out, but like I go straight to it, right? And I think she gets very overwhelmed, rightfully so, because I'm like trying to do a million things all at once. But to me, that like obsession with like filling the space is probably like a dishwasher dad-esque trait.
Yeah, yeah, it's the equivalent of unloading the dishwasher. I'm the same way. Every time I move, I want to be like done by the time I am finished unpacking. Like I want the house to be finished. And
Yeah.
we move a lot. I mean, I've moved a lot. I've moved like 15 times in the last 20 years. I'm 100% the same way. So I think the good news is we're dishwasher dads. The good news
Yeah.
for our wives is that we're dishwasher dads. Are you a dishwasher dad? Let us know in the comments. Okay.
I also think this is kind of similar, like dads with funny hobbies. Like, do you have any funny things that you've bought since becoming a dad that like would fall into this scenario? Because I actually think of one. I'm like staring at it right now
What is it?
outside of
What
my
is it?
office. It's like a Bayou strength like bug zapper.
Oh, yeah, sure.
This thing, it looks I mean,
Outside?
it's outside. Yeah.
Okay.
because there's this one area where like our dog goes to the bathroom in this gravel, and I think it attracts flies and also
Got it.
mosquitoes.
Get
And
it.
so I bought this like ridiculous looking Bayou
Yeah.
worthy bug zapper that, um, you know, we put up in the summertime when the bugs get a little bit worse. And like throughout the night, you will hear it so loud, like zapping the smallest of bugs. Like this thing is high powered, right? It's way too much zapper for like an LA backyard, right?
That's so funny.
Um, and yeah, it's so funny. But but yeah, it's so ridiculous, and like I was so excited for it. Do you have anything like that?
Yes, I do. It's unfortunately like not as exciting. Or it's not as satisfying, I should say. But I got a bunch of different yard tools. So we have a backyard in Brooklyn, and our backyard abuts a playground. And in between our retaining wall of our backyard and the playground, which has like a metal fence, these invasive trees have started to grow. And I swear to God, they are the bane of my fucking existence. They're called trees of heaven, and they're insane.
They
Like they
sound so
grow,
nice.
they grow overnight. Like literally, like you see a little stem, and then all of a sudden there's like a huge like canopy. Which at first when we saw it, we were like, "Oh, this is great!" Like this is like we wanted to put tall grass or something like that because it's like a chain link fence. It's like not
Yeah,
pretty to look at.
yeah.
So at first, Robin's like, "This is awesome," and then I like took a picture with Claude or something like that and was like, what's up with these trees? What are they? And it was like, oh, you need to remove those right now or they're going to like destroy the foundation of your house.
Oh my God,
Um,
that bad?
that bad. Now, it's been a year and I've had a journey with these trees. And at first I was like climbing up to our fence, which is like 8 feet off the ground, sitting on our retaining wall and like cutting these trees down with like at first clippers. And then I got myself a real nice tree saw. So I'm like out here 8 o'clock in the morning in Brooklyn. You can see me like sitting on my wall next to a children's playground with a saw trying to cut down these trees. And it is so ineffectual because essentially every time you cut one of these trees limbs down, it sprouts 3 more. And so last summer I thought I had solved it because I cut these trees down and then like over the winter they like hollowed out. I thought it was dead. Then this summer comes around and bang, they grow up and like literally out of these dead stems, there will be more branches that grow. This has become my obsession. So I've had correspondence with the New York City and then the New York State Department of Invasive Plants who agree that it's an invasive plant, but they won't do anything because that plant is naturally occurring. And so therefore they're not going to remove it. However, I should remove it, but I can't remove it because we have bought a school. And so you need to use herbicide, but there's a bunch of little kids running around next door. Dude, this is me at my most peak dad, is how insane these trees make me.
It's coming out big time. All
Like-
dads have this. All dads have their tree of heaven. What is it called?
Yeah, tree of heaven.
Tree of
Fuck
heaven.
this tree. Fuck this tree.
Can't you just
I can't.
so you can only trim it? You can't like take it out at the
there's
roots?
a way. Well, so the problem is the chain link fence and our retaining wall are 7 inches apart, maybe 8. So the only way to get to the root is to go through the chain link fence, but I can't cut through a playground's chain link fence to kill a root. And then the only other way to do it is to use this like plant killer. But again, it's a school, so I gotta like get their permission. So I gotta call the school and basically before school gets back in session, figure out if they're gonna let me like try to kill these trees.
Clock's ticking. You gotta call them right now.
I gotta finish this podcast so I can call the school.
We should call them live on the podcast.
We should call them live on the podcast, maybe next week.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about sports.
Okay.
Dad of the week this week is going to Steven Biebelhausen.
What a name.
If you don't know who Steven Biebelhausen is,
what a name.
You are about to. Steven Biebelhausen ran 1 mile with a baby jogger and set a world record of 4 minutes and 17 seconds.
That is insane.
It was a competition called the Guardian Mile in Cleveland, which is a road mile, and there's a stroller division. And so Steven shows up and he ran a 4:17. The previous Guinness World Record was 4 minutes and 26 seconds in California. So This guy beat the world record by 9 seconds. Have you ever run with a baby jogger before?
I haven't yet. It's in my near future, but I haven't yet.
Okay. When you run with a baby jogger, it adds legitimately a minute to your pace, at least, especially if there's hills, which apparently there were hills in this course. And so you have to keep in mind, that's like if you run an 8:15 or whatever your base pace is, 7:30, you're talking about adding a full minute to your pace, right? You're talking about an 8:30 with a baby jogger at distance for sure. Now, this guy ran at 4:17. The fastest mile in history is 3 minutes and 43 seconds. That's only 34 seconds slower than this guy, Steven Biebelhausen, Dad of the Week, did it with a baby jogger.
That is insane. I just feel like at that speed, you like, how do you even control a baby jogger? Like one little speed wobble, and that thing could be that it. Have you seen video of this? I need to look up video.
Yes,
of it.
There's video on it. You can find it on Instagram. We can repost it to the Dad Club.
I need that
Instagram channel.
I think I need that running stroller.
So
whatever
he's got a whole strategy. There's a whole strategy. Listen, this is our Legos. Like you could lean into this and just like get deep into this world because it's like a 10 steps on, 10 steps off, left hand, right hand, like all of these aerodynamic hacks about how to run with the baby jogger. I'm sure actually you're going to get really into this and you're probably going to like try to compete with Biebelhausen for the record or whatever. You're a quick dude. But
Biebelhausen, like I did look him up. And like he was like a really well-regarded track athlete.
I mean,
Miami
obviously, the dude runs a 4:17.
Yeah,
like even just running a 4:17 is crazy fast.
Like I'm not competing with this dude. Like he was a runner-up in like collegiate races at Miami of Ohio.
I think we need to I think we need to stroller running needs to be an Olympic event. I think it's absolutely needs to be an Olympic event. And B,
wasn't it in our Dad Olympics?
Stroller running was not in the Dad Olympics.
It wasn't. That's a miss. That's a huge miss.
That should take one down for us. We lose a point for that.
Oh, you know what we had? It was not with stroller. It was like running
shoulder
with a baby.
Shoulder carry.
Yeah, yeah.
It's harder. Harder to go
harder.
Fast.
Yeah. Yeah, what's that world record? I feel like,
I don't know. It sounds dangerous. I hope everybody's wearing helmets.
Yeah, do not do that.
I will say the one thing about this being an Olympic sport is that the larger the child, I think there's like an apex. Like as the child gets larger, you actually gain some momentum. Like that, the jogger adds a little bit of like aerodynamicism, but then at a certain point, you're starting to carry more and more weight. Now it's even more difficult for you to push the jogger. You're going to lose time. So there's really a short window in which you can run. His kid, if you watch the video, is like, it seems like he's like somewhere between like 9 and 14 months. And the best part about the video is that the kid is just like living life. He's like kicking his legs and smiling and just like having the time of his life. It's so fun.
I have to watch this video. I have to find the video.
Well, shout out to Steven Biebelhausen. You're the Dad of the Week. Open invite to drop in on the Dad Club at any point in time. Teach us a thing or two about how to run better because we're both runners, but not like you, bro.
I ran a dog mile with Ralphie, our dog, a couple of years ago. We ran at 6:12, which is, I think we could beat it. Like it wasn't our best time. I was kind of dragging Ralphie by the end, but if you guys, so I have a dog named Ralphie. He's like 95 pounds. Golden retriever.
6'12" from Ralphie is impressive.
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely the fastest big dog group out of all of them. Like most of the dogs were like, smaller, like, they were nothing like Ralphie. He was in a league of his own.
Oakley would crush this.
Yeah.
Oakley runs like, I want to say like 10 or 11 miles an hour. She's just like going.
Yeah. But haven't run the kid mile yet. Maybe that's next. Maybe we'll get out
we got to
there.
do the Dad Club mile, and there will be multiple events. There will be the kid mile, there will be the dog mile, and then finally the beer mile. And we'll just do all three of them. Bring your A game. Who's in? I'm in. Okay, great. Okay. Another sports thing. The Knicks home opener was announced. I think it was this morning or yesterday. And it will be on October 20th, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Knicks versus the new look Philadelphia 76ers, including LeBron James. That is
Let's go.
also just, for clarity, when the Knicks will have their ring ceremony, meaning that they'll be announced as the 2026 NBA champions. LeBron will be in attendance.
That's where we'll hang the banner. We're hanging the banner.
That's when we will literally hang the banner. There used to be jokes I cannot explain to people who are not Knicks fans. There was this guy, shout out to this dude, Jared Dubin. I haven't talked to him in a long time, but he's a big Knicks guy, and he's a sports writer. And he would do the same tweet joke, and it was always very funny. And it would be like, Evan Fournier scored 6 3-pointers, and he would put it on the Knicks banner and hang it in the. And like he would do that joke for like years on Twitter, and I would.
It's a classic joke. That's a classic
Twitter buds. Yeah. And the stuff would be like, never forget the moment that Alec Burks scored 17 points in the fourth.
Oh man! Anyway, shout out Alec Burks. I love Alec Burks. Like,
yeah, he's a great dude.
Yeah, we went to college together.
Oh, really? So you know him personally?
Yeah, like he probably wouldn't remember me, but like he's definitely been he's definitely been to my house parties. We were friends with a few guys on the team, and so like when we would have a big party, a lot of the basketball players from Colorado would come over.
That's fun.
So yeah, it was
well,
glory days.
He does deserve a banner for scoring 17 in the fourth that one time, but they will raise the banner on October 20th. So Robin, to her credit, had sent this in our one of our group chats. And I didn't see that it was from her because it's like on Instagram and it's like harder to see who sent what or whatever. And then I texted her, and I'm going out of town that weekend for my buddy's group trip. We do it every year. We go somewhere in the United Kingdom and we just drink like 150 beers.
That sounds awesome.
And yeah, you should come. And we're leaving on the 21st. And Robin had been like, you're leaving on Knicks opening night, right? Like, you're going to miss the ring ceremony. Like, if we get tickets, I still am taking the tickets. Like, I have to see this.
Oh.
And so I texted her and I was like, Knicks opener is October 20th. I'll be here. And she replies, yep, period. Capital YEP, period. And my response to her was, what did I do to deserve this?
What, you think that's bad? Is that a bad
Getting
hit
reply? With a yep, period, I want to say is one of the worst one-word responses you can receive from your wife.
I would tend to agree. But like, she's clearly excited about this game.
The game is irrelevant at this point. She was hitting me with the yep because she wanted to tell me that she was the one who told me, not 15 minutes before that, and then I re-announced it to her that the Knicks were playing on October 20th. I understand. I mansplained the fact that the Knicks were playing on October 20th after you told me the Knicks were playing on October 20th. Point taken.
Wait, no, but she was thinking that you were going to be gone for the Knicks home opener, but it's actually one day before.
That's right. So in theory, I will be attending the Knicks home opener.
So you were saying, hey, actually, I'm not going to be gone yet.
I'm not going to be gone.
This
we get to
exciting.
Go together.
We get to go together.
She hits me with yep, period. Capital Y, EP, period. What are the worst one-word texts you can receive from your wife? I want to say
one word.
One-word text you can receive from your wife. Yep, period is hi.
Yep.
K, just a K.
K is worse, I think.
You think K is worse than yep?
Yeah.
K period?
Either one. I don't think there's a difference between K. No one does it. I've never seen a K period. Have you ever seen a K period?
If you get a K period, you're in trouble.
That to me is not, nobody does K period.
I actually just want to go out and say, I think anything with a period is worse. If it's a period at the end, I think it multiplies the punishment by 10. Like, imagine you get sure. Sure. Okay, that could be wishy-washy. You get sure, period. You might be wanting to look at divorce lawyers.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I agree with this.
Sure, period? Yikes.
Yeah, anything with a period. Yeah. Unless it's a full sentence, no need for a period. You really don't need periods ever unless, to end a text. I
think periods in texts, unless I'm like texting with the CEO of a Fortune 500 company, I feel like I don't need a period.
Yeah.
That's what the little breaks are for. I like text you a sentence, then
You
I
know
push
what?
send. Then I text you another sentence, then I push send.
You know what's a funny one in this world is like if you put a period for thanks, like it almost makes it's like you're only getting a thanks period if you did something that like you really were supposed to do, you know? And it's like
Yeah, thanks!
thanks.
Exclamation point.
But
Normal.
like thank
Thanks!
you.
Period. Like finally,
Yeah, exactly.
finally,
Finally.
you owed me this money, and now you finally sent it 3 weeks
Yeah.
late. Thanks.
The other one is like this is 2 words, but it feels like one is just got it.
Ooh, God, it's tough. God, it's
Got
so
it.
tough. That's yep. Okay.
Like you just
sure,
explained a lot of things, and then when you just get a got it back, that's a hard one, you know? Um Yeah. I honestly to going back to your situation with this game, I actually like sometimes I would respond if like I was actually really excited, like I would respond with a "yup," you know, like in
with an
that
E
way
or with a U.
with a "you." I don't
Yeah,
usually
yup
use
and
"yep."
yep are different.
Sometimes I
Yup
guess
is
I would
like
use a "yep."
I'm a little stoked. Yup is like a cool. Yup's like a yeah.
But like
Yep
I
is
guess
a dagger to the heart.
when it's an obvious yes, like yeah, hell yeah, we are doing this. Sometimes it's kind of nice to like just use a yep and like be a little nonchalant with it. You know, is that maybe what she was going for?
I think she was going for like, you idiot, I told you that this was happening, and then you just
Well,
told me that it was happening. However,
guess what?
we've squashed the beef.
Guess
It's
what?
squashed. What?
Oh, you already squashed the beef.
It's squashed. I mean,
Okay, so we're not
you and
going to
I
get a
just
stat
squashed it.
correction. We're not. Oh yeah, we squashed it.
Yeah,
But
we
we
squashed
can.
it.
Why don't we get a stat correction from Robin on like what the yep was really.
Yeah, I'll report
What were
back
the
next week.
undertones?
If
Okay.
she's not super mad at me for this segment, then I'll report back next week
Yeah,
about
you and I
what the
both will
yep period
probably
meant.
hear something about this.
Okay,
And this is only for people in our generation, by the way. Okay, if you're a parent, I've noticed that like old like my you know, I think text norms of like thanks, like that stuff that only applies to people
millennial and below.
who grew up in the instant message
Millennial and below.
age.
If you had
Yeah,
AIM and
exactly.
throughout and onward in perpetuity, but anybody older than
Correct.
us, you get a
Correct.
pass on your text sentence period usage. By the way, I think punctuation is extremely important. Just
It's
not
so
in a
important.
text message to me with one word, because then
So
you
are
hate me.
tenses. So are tenses.
Yeah, tenses have always been important. See what
I
I
was
did
in a
there?
big argument today in one of my various sports related group chats about Shedeur Sanders.
Mm.
And one of my friends who has seemingly a personal vendetta against Shedeur Sanders, because he thinks that Colorado should have never retired his jersey, which I don't disagree with. Like he went, 13-12 over his career as a starter at Colorado and didn't win anything. So probably shouldn't have had his jersey retired.
Seems questionable.
Yeah, but it happened.
On
But
the line.
anyway, he said something today saying he didn't have the qualities and traits of a good NFL quarterback, as if his time in the league is already come to a close. And I'm not some like Shedeur Sanders truther here, but I have to give him some credit because he's currently in a QB battle for the starting job in Cleveland. He's already beat out Dylan Gabriel, who was drafted
He's
above
arguably
him.
one of the 30 best
And-
quarterbacks in the world.
Correct. He's like he had
People forget. People forget.
Yeah. So I was like arguing with him back and forth, and it was all based off of a tense because like you're trying to say that he's like not even in the league anymore. He's about to potentially be a starting quarterback in the NFL.
I would bet that he is the starter.
Yeah, and I would too, except I'm never betting on anything Browns like organization related.
I'm not saying for more than a week, but I think week one starter Shedeur Sanders.
He could be.
I think that's
He
easy
could
to
be.
see.
Yeah. So anyway, all that's to say, tenses are very important because we probably wouldn't have had this huge text exchange had it not been for him using didn't versus doesn't, right? In that situation. But sorry. That's a total aside.
He didn't realize that tenses matter. Okay, last dad thing for this week, and then we're gonna wrap it up. the NFL inducted its latest set of players into the Hall of Fame this week. The Hall of Famers included Luke Kuechly, Drew Brees, Adam Vinatieri, Roger Craig, and Larry Fitz. Big dog, Larry Fitzgerald.
Shout out University of Phoenix.
Yeah, let's go. I think there aren't enough Hall of Fames. That's my take. I think there should be more Hall of Fames. Have you been to any of the Halls of Fame?
Just the basketball one.
The Basketball Hall of Fame. What was that
in
like?
In Springfield, Massachusetts, because you would pass it on the way to Vermont from Connecticut, like every weekend when we would drive up there. And Springfield was a good place to stop because you're like far enough in the drive. Plus you're, it's like about the time when you would get hungry as a kid. So yeah, we'd stop there before. It's cool. It's cool. There's a big basketball that comes up on a big pole that like kind of like signals you from the highway to be like, oh, there's the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Love it.
They're always in really weird, like random places though. I feel like Canton, Ohio, Springfield,
sure.
Massachusetts.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's in Cleveland, so Shedeur can go. I just thought it would be fun for us to just cast the first ballot, top 5 dad Hall of Famers. Who is in the dad Hall of Fame?
Okay.
First ballot.
First ballot. You want me to go first?
I want you to go first.
I'm going to go with our dads.
Oh.
First.
Yeah, that's right. That's the right pick.
Yeah.
Our dads are
that's my top pick.
Yeah. Shout out to our dads. I think that's a great pick. Can't beat that pick. With pick number 1, our dads. With pick number 2, I'm going with Kobe Bryant, which is arguably the second best pick that you could make.
Yeah. I like that pick. I think Kobe was a lock for
Kobe's
the first team.
Kobe's a lock.
Yeah.
First ballot Hall of Famer as a dad.
I think
unbelievable father.
I think my next pick would be Richard Williams. Keep it in the sports. Another lock pick for this.
Yeah.
Raising him.
People. There's some debate. That's a contentious first ballot. There was some ups and downs with King Richard as portrayed by Will Smith in the movie.
Yeah. Look, I mean, I don't know these people. Like, I'm sure, like, don't take me for, I'm sure that, like, someone's going to skewer me online for saying this, but, like,
I hope he gets skewered. That just means there's more engagement, baby.
Anyway, you know the story. You watched the movie.
Sure. Serena and Venus. They're the bomb. Okay.
Yeah.
Fourth pick, first ballot, dad Hall of Fame. Jerry Stiller, father to Ben. Love him. Look at you.
I've knocked this can over like
you gotta stop
3 times on this.
We're almost done.
It's empty.
Jerry Stiller is my pick because he's hilarious. He was hilarious, and he raised a great son who is also a great Knicks fan and great director and actor who I love. Don't know him personally, but I hear he's awesome. Would love to hang out with him, talk ball. Jerry Stiller, first ballot, Hall of Fame dad. Round it out.
This is the 5th pick, right?
This is it.
This is the last pick of the first ballot. Okay. All right. Lots of pressure here to put in the right dad in the first ballot. I'm gonna go with Barack Obama. I mean, he's so cool, and he seems like he's so down to earth.
He's an obvious first ballot dad Hall of Famer because in theory he's all of our dads.
Yeah.
There were 8 solid years where he was dad to all of us.
He's level-headed. He's like, he can be cool dad, right? He can be stern and serious dad. He has every range of personality.
He just wants you to do your best. He just wants you to succeed.
Yes. And he's kind, but also like it's hard to find a person who like seems to be that kind and good-hearted, but also, will get the job done when it needs to be done, right? Like, and have that serious side too, It's
when you need to build that toy, he's gonna read the instructions and he's gonna do it right. He's gonna kill those invasive plants. He's gonna get rid of those things. He's gonna load the dishwasher correctly. You can be damn sure of that.
Yep. Exactly.
Hall of Fame dad.
So yeah, he's got to be first ballot.
First ballot Hall of Famer, Barack Obama.
Yeah.
I think it's a good list.
I think just missing the cut is someone like, Deion Sanders or like a LeBron James,
LeBron, our favorite.
LeBron, I mean, the fact that we didn't include LeBron in our first ballot
I would say we have some other honorable mentions. Uncle Phil stepped in to be a great dad to young Will. Obviously for me, Bandit, Bluey's dad. Second ballot.
Still haven't seen it. So I don't know.
How about John Adams? Second president, raised the fourth president. That's strong. That's a really big move.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. He might be like a third ballot for me.
You should watch the show. Have you seen the show?
No.
John Adams, great show.
Okay.
All right. Well, our dad's obviously coming in at the number one spot. Kobe Bryant, Jerry Stiller, Barack Obama, and Richard Williams. That was our Dad Hall of Fame. All right, last up, stat corrections. Do you have any stat corrections this week?
I actually do not have any stat corrections. Just my mom and my mother-in-law hyping up the butt spatula, discourse that we have. And
I was ready to go a full episode without talking about butt spatulas, but here we are.
My mother-in-law texted me saying, I wish that we had a butt spatula when I was, going through parenting. They are the best. You still haven't taken it out of the packaging?
I have a stat correction.
Okay, what's your stat correction?
Robin sent in one stat correction, which was more of a stat question, which was, are you sure that the strap for your diaper changing station
stat
isn't
corrections
to
are
attach,
not stat question. Okay, no, this isn't a question.
To attach the diaper station to your dresser and not to strap your child down like lobotomy style. Are you sure that that's what it's for?
Robin, if you had a question, you could have sent in a question to start off the podcast. The stat corrections are if you have a correction for something.
I think she was correcting you that the strap is supposed to be meant to secure.
No, she's asking me
change.
if I'm sure.
Yeah, but she was saying it generously.
I'm sure. How? It's just one strap. Looks like a seatbelt.
Are you sure you're not supposed to strap it to the dresser, not to the baby?
There's no way this thing would strap to a dresser.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
It's like a seatbelt.
Okay. So it's probably for the baby.
I mean, I did think it's kind of a crude strap for something that's supposed to hold a baby down.
I think you want to just take a second look at this device. Maybe read the instructions.
I'm not I don't have instructions for this anymore, but I'm not pushing the blame on somebody else, but I did not. It wasn't until we went to Portland when we were staying with our friends Alex and Sabrina that I first saw this strap being used in this way. So this is fairly new, right? I saw that and I was like, oh, brilliant. That's what that strap's for. And now I've been doing it, right?
And has it been working?
It kind of works. It's kind of like, using duct tape when a dam starts to leak, right? It's going to work. He's going to figure out some other way to wriggle out of that thing, but it's provided some relief.
Sure. Okay.
All
right. Well, that's all.
It's
for this week's episode.
Tearing your ACL and taking Advil,
Sure. It's not what you want.
No.
You need a surgery.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it for this week's episode of Dad Club.
All right.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you guys.
Tell the dads to meet us for the dad mile. We're going to be running 3 miles, stroller mile, dog mile, beer mile. Let's make it happen.
Well, they're going to be, are we running all? That'll be 3 different races, right?
Yeah, I think you only need to compete in one. If you want to compete in all 3.
Yeah. We're not running 3 miles. We're running 3
1 mile races.
1 mile. Yeah. Okay.
Same course. I think it'll be the same course.
Yeah, it's got to be the same course.
It'll be the dog division, the stroller division, and the beer division.
Yeah. Different training required for each of those.
Different training required for each of them. All right. Tell your dad friends. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok, Greg, at Dad's Got a Dad. I'm the Wolf on Instagram. Welcome to Dad Club. Everywhere else, subscribe to our YouTube channel, please, and watch our videos there. See you back here next week.
Smash that subscribe
See you next week. Greg's going to be on the East Coast. Maybe we'll be in person. What?
Maybe. That would be crazy.
Go Dads.
Go Dads.